Hi everyone, my name is Sarah, and today I'm going to be talking about chapters 13 and 14 of our textbook, Exceptional Lives. These chapters talk about students with multiple disabilities, traumatic brain injuries, physical disabilities, and other health impairments. Here's a summary of what I'm going to be talking about today. For each respective disability or health impairment, the textbook gives a definition and some characteristics of them. It gives information on how to evaluate students for the respective disability or impairment, and it gives information on how to educate each kind of student. It also gives some teaching practices for promoting inclusive environments for all students as well as specifically for students with disabilities. Here are our definitions and characteristics for each disability and impairment. For multiple disabilities, it is defined as the presence of two or more disabilities that cannot be accommodated for by treating one disability. So it's going to be two individual disabilities that require separate treatment. Traumatic brain injuries are defined as an acquired injury to the brain that causes a functional impairment. This could be caused by a car crash, a fall, or shaken baby syndrome. Physical disabilities are severe orthopedic impairments, while other health impairments include acute or chronic health problems. And what all of these have in common are they are defined by IDEA as disabilities or impairments that affect the educational performance of a student. And how do we identify each kind of disability? So multiple disabilities, physical disabilities, and other health impairments have a bit in common in that they can be identified through genetic tests, specific screenings, or medical exams, and they can be identified at different points in the student's life. Traumatic brain injuries are different in that they take place after a traumatic injury to the brain, and they require comprehensive ongoing evaluations of the student's physical, cognitive, emotional, behavioral, and developmental needs. And then here are some teaching practices to promote inclusive environments for all students. So paraprofessionals are school staff that give individual tutoring to students during class. They help to manage the classroom, give instructional support with the supervision of the teacher, and they assist the teacher with classroom functions. So they're basically an extra set of eyes, ears, and hands to help with the functioning of the classroom and making sure that all students get the attention that they deserve. It is important to note with paraprofessionals, though, that they are not fully trained teachers and they require some kinds of supervision. Personalized learning is an approach to teaching that customizes the content, activities, pace, tools, supports, and instruction for each individual student. It takes into account their specific needs and interests and tries to tie it in with the curriculum of the classroom. And then here is a teaching practice that benefits specifically students with disabilities, person-centered planning. It is a type of personalized planning that aims to identify and implement a plan to attain the goals, values, and visions of the future for individual students. An example is the MAPS process, which takes into account the individual student with disability, their history, their dreams for the future, their nightmares, their strengths, needs, and it aims to put this into a plan for the educational and academic future of the student. And then to conclude, chapters 13 and 14 define, help to identify, and give advice on educating students with multiple disabilities, traumatic brain injuries, physical disabilities, and other health impairments. It also gives advice on how to create an inclusive environment to all students, as well as students with disabilities. And that's all I have for you guys.